Okay, guys, it's time for another YouTube rant. It's been a bit, but there's one I've neglected to do for some time, and that is Pat the NES punk and his little buddy Ian there. I have nothing but contempt for both of these two. These two elitist fucking douchebags on YouTube. I think it's time we tear these two apart a little bit, huh? So, in case anybody doesn't know, yeah, Pat the NES punk, he's this YouTuber, this podcaster, him and his best friend in the world, Ian, do these little podcasts where they like talk slash bitch about like all the gaming news. It's usually just devolves into those two like bitching over whatever they're butthurt about on any particular day. But yeah, they do this podcast on YouTube that they've just built up. Their egos have built up to such astronomical lengths over the fact that they get attention on YouTube from talking about video games while sitting in a room with a bunch of Yoshi plushies and Mario toys and all this other stuff. They think very, very highly of themselves, which is very apparent through multiple situations that we'll talk about in the course of this video, amongst other things. Them scamming their audience and all this other shit. But yeah, this guy Pat, he basically made it on the scene, or he got big on the scene after he did a collab episode with the AVGN back in the day that he basically really only got the in on because of the fact that he owns this super rare Nintendo cartridge. This guy is, he's touted as owning every single original Nintendo game. This boomer here, this gamer. Which, I mean, yeah, okay, fine, but yeah, he has this the golden version. There's a gold and a gray cart of Nintendo World Championships. This guy's got both versions. He's got the gray version, which I think he paid, I want to say he paid $10,000 for, or so I heard, or I thought he paid $10,000, so I heard. I'm pretty sure he paid like 30 grand for the gold cartridge. So this dude basically spent his life savings on these two gold cartridges, these cartridges to say, these pieces of plastic to say that, you know, I own every single NES game, right? That's his claim to fame. And I guess it was a worthwhile investment, or it paid off, because it's the only reason that he has any attention or any spotlight on him on YouTube at all, is because he owned this gold cartridge, which got him in the AVGN episode, which, back when AVGN was a big deal. So gained a lot of subs, a big kickstart from that, and it's just been going from there ever since. But God, I don't even know where I want to begin with these guys. They're both so terrible. I mean, fuck, I guess we'll start off with Pat and what a salty little bitch he is about everything. Here's one that comes to mind. So him and Ian were talking about The Last Gamer. How Last Gamer made the Guinness World Records for having the most video games of anybody. I think the count is at 18,000 video games or so. And it's so funny. I watched this video, and you got Pat just being the saltiest bitch about this. He's doing everything he can to be negative, and just everything he can to just poke holes in this collection, because, anybody who's got a collection, better than him, it's just, he's getting in my territory. I'm the NES guy. I'm the gold cartridge guy. He's just gonna kiss his claim to fame until the day he dies, apparently. He'll just never let that shit go. This gold cartridge of his. But yeah, he's just being such a salty bitch in the video, saying, well, if you get enough shovelware and all this stuff and blah blah blah, and they're not mint condition, and you can even tell, even his own fans, it's bad when your own fans in the comments are telling you that you're being a salty douche about something. And yeah, that's exactly what happened in that video. They also, I'll give Ian credit in that one, at least he wasn't being a salty bitch there. I mean, plenty of other places he is, but another funny story. These guys have two Patreons. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this phenomenon before. They have two Patreons. They have one for their podcasts and one for their game reviews, which, do they even make game reviews anymore? I can't remember the last time I've seen a game review out of those two, but I guess they make game reviews. So there's two Patreons for each, which, I'm going to have a ball when it comes to making that Patreon review. That's going to be a good time. They also get salty and bitchy anytime that anybody criticizes them about anything, and I mean anything. The quartering, they were crawling down his ass over some such thing, and I'm no fan of the quartering either, but oh my fuck, just let that go. Or the Review Tech USA, they still have a hate boner for Review Tech USA. I think he first criticized them about a year back over some shit, and then of course, Pat and Ian being the egotistical assholes that they are, they're just always the type that cannot take criticism. They clean out comment sections too like crazy. They're always deleting comments, blocking people, every which fucking thing. But yeah, they held that over him for, I think, like a full year later. They came out like just spewing some stuff over Review Tech. Or yeah, they're claiming that Review Tech was a shill, which is true. Yeah, okay, Review Tech's a piece of shit. I did a rant about him too. You know, he's a piece of shit, but I don't think Ian and Pat have the right to be calling anybody a fucking shill, okay, Mr. Dollar Shill Club? Yeah, your fucking Dollar Shave Club. Yeah, Ian over here, you're saying, oh, it's such good value out of Dollar Shave Club. This fucking Ian, this skinny little bitch Ian, who, well, I think he's actually chubby now. I don't think he's even skinny anymore. But this guy who looks like, I don't know whether to make a homeless joke or a living in mom's basement joke. Because seriously, this fucking guy, he looks like he's homeless. He looks like a goddamn caveman with no muscles. And he's going on about, yeah, oh, it's such a good value on a Dollar Shave Club. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, so they're talking up that bullshit, a fucking shaving subscription service. Yeah, that's not a ripoff at all. But then, oh yeah, what else? Yeah, freaking Pat here likes, yeah, these days he's shilling the ball shaver. I'm not even kidding you. It's a shaver for your crotch. I made a reaction video to it as well. He goes on about, you know, it's the best thing that happened to gamers since the Konami code. What the fuck does this have to do with gamers? No, fucking shill. They'll shill anything for fucking money. A ball shaver. I'm not even talking an advertisement on the video. It's him himself. Okay, he dedicated the 2 minutes of his fucking before his flea market madness shit devoted to this ball shaver, talking it up like with his own voice, making a skit out of it. It's insane. It's pathetic. This guy's a fucking weirdo. And yeah, of course you'd be calling out Review Tech USA over supposedly shilling for the Intellivision Amico, which, yeah, they shat on, of course. And yeah, I don't think this Amico is going to be any good, to be real, either. But you can tell the only reason that they shit on it, though, is because they got a lot of views. Apparently they got a lot of views over trashing, what was that? I think it was the Coleco Chameleon or either that or some Atari, I don't fucking know, or some Atari knockoff. You know, we always get these stupid, like, knockoff systems and, like, Office Maxes and shit like that, and the Sega Genesis Classic and all this stuff, but, or a Sega Flashback, I should say. You can tell that they only made that videos because they want to reclaim their glory or whatever views they got off of that video, because I guess that was a real high point in their YouTube career there. But they're only trying to chase that fame, because even within the context of that Amico video, they can't even help themselves from mentioning it at that other device that they covered at, like, near the end of the video. They can't even stop themselves from bringing it up. So, of course they're just chasing off of that cloud. They couldn't even stop from talking about it. Yeah, that's just annoying to me. And, well, yeah, fucking, Ian, dude. Ian is the most miserable, pathetic nerd. It's just this nerdy little edgelord who's just never content, never happy with anything. He's just always being a whiny little bitch. And, well, both of them are fucking hypocrites too, but fucking Ian, dude, this guy he's stoned at work all the time. Yeah, in his own words, yeah, he gets stoned at work. He has medical marijuana. He somehow got a fucking card for medical marijuanas, and he claimed he gets stoned at work. Like, dude, this guy, oh, by the way, I should mention, yeah, he works at a video game store. Yeah, these two who make fun of people for having high school jobs. Yeah, Ian, look in the fucking mirror. I'm pretty sure, being a clerk at a game store is a job that high schoolers often engage in. Like, most GameStop employees I see are, like, typically in high school age or early 20s. So you probably shouldn't. I mean, you sound like an entitled dick anyway, talking about people with their high school jobs, but even double so when you yourself, okay, like, work at a game store, and you're not the manager. He's just a clerk. He's just a guy who works there. He's basically a cashier. And his boss, this must drive him nuts. His boss is 7 years younger than him. Yeah, so Ian's like 37 years old, I believe. So is Pat. Yeah, they're both like 37 years old. And your boss is 6 years younger than you. He's your boss. He's making more money than you. Fucking egotistical little Pat and Ian. Yeah, that must drive Ian fucking nuts. I'd love to know what your big boy job is then, if, having a high school job or whatever is so bad. I mean, because I don't think it's sitting in a room with Nintendo toys bitching about games, okay? I don't think that's it. All right, so get a fucking clue there. Also, you want to talk about scams. Ian here, little boy Ian, okay, the guy, yeah, this little boy who can't sit up straight. Like, let's see if I can't do a proper impression of Ian sitting down at his work desk with Pat talking about games. This is Ian. This is how he sits. He's like, eh. This is how he sits, like with his arms up, folded back like this, because God forbid he sit up straight, because I don't think he has the muscular strength. I think he would like tip over and faint, this fucking guy. But along with that, yeah, anytime he bitches or rages about something, he like does this with his hand. So this is him like, Diablo Immortal, you entitled fucks. Take the game you're given. Which, yeah, we'll get to that, but yeah, so Ian here, I guess, had a severe medical injury. Is so bad, it cost so much money. Yeah, so get this. Pat and Ian managed to, okay, so Ian made a GoFundMe. Supposedly the story that they claimed was that Ian convinced, Pat convinced Ian to make this GoFundMe because he saw his friend just suffering, just miserable. He's like, oh, you shouldn't have to pay for all this. This is so much money. Yeah, so they managed to gather up, I think it was $33,000 on the GoFundMe. Some people say it was even more. I saw $33,000. They capped it off after that. I don't know if they found some means of getting more, but so yeah, over this, you must think like, oh, that must be some severe medical injury on Ian's part. No, two things here. First off, Ian doesn't have health insurance. He didn't have health insurance, which is so I think this was back when it was legally required to have health insurance in the U.S. as well. Because, yeah, this was back, if you didn't have health insurance, you get a fee, right, for not having it. So, I mean, you're losing out on money if you go to the clinic even, like, probably a single time throughout the whole year, because you're paying a fee in place of having health insurance, which would, only cost maybe marginally more at that point, and will double so, since there's plenty of ways for low-income people to get health insurance for low cost, okay, that he could take advantage of. But no, Ian's too good to have health insurance. That'd just be too much work for frail little Ian. So, yeah, they decide, why should Ian have to pay for that? Why should your audience have to pay for this? But, Okay, so yeah, no, it's absolutely not Ian's responsibility to pay for his own medical bills. And it is absolutely your responsibility as his audience, 100%, because poor little Ian, right? Because, God forbid, Pat cared about his friend enough to, sell a gold plastic cartridge that, I seem to recall, I think he bought for like exactly 30 grand or just about 30 grand. That's what he's going for. Now it's worth like 2 or 3 times that. Yeah, I think somebody offered him $80,000 for that fucking thing once. And of course, he's never going to give it up. It's his entire namesake. But yeah, so get this. Okay, so that's bad. Do you want to know what this medical injury was? It turns out, and Pat himself said this in a video on this podcast talking about this. There was like one little nerve in Ian's frail little back, in his lower back, that had just like deviated or wiggled like ever so slightly, that was giving Ian all this trouble or all of this pain of his. That they somehow managed to blow 33 grand to figure out this information from the clinic and from the doctors. And you want to know what's the medical treatment for this, in this life-threatening injury of Ian's was that, cost 33 grand? Just do a couple of stretches in the morning, and it'll go away in a couple months. And this is all in Pat's words. Pat admitted this shit. And then Pat proceeds to get butthurt and angry over, all the you people in the comments saying that we're scamming people or ripping people off, or this is some scheme, and, it's because Ian smokes weed, that his nerves got all fucked up, which, could have been. He's saying all this shit, or like, people saying that he's blowing all this money on weed, it's not actually for medical bills. How dare you? He says, he gets all serious, he's like, I will always remember you. He says, yeah, like, just super fucking weird and awkward. Like, yeah, right. Okay, first off, you're gonna block him fucking instantly. You're not gonna remember shit. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if you did, since you remember, like, every living person who's ever criticized you on YouTube, you hold it over them to this fucking day. You never let any of that shit go. Maybe he does remember, but yeah, you're gonna call people out for being thinking that this whole situation here is dubious, or that this 33 grand that you guys begged for, like, yeah, it didn't just go to weed or video games or whatever the fuck else. Like, yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that that's what happened. How the fuck are you gonna tell me that that wasn't a scam? Or like, yeah, how the fuck, poor precious Ian, can't get health insurance. Come the fuck on. You're gonna get fucking get out people's case for questioning where this money went. Shut the fuck up. Stop. Oh my god, these fucking e-beggars, dude. I swear. They are fucking pathetic. Oh, have you ever heard of anything, more pathetic than that? Or, Ian also, it's just, again, just him being a butthurt bitch. This one, actually, my local game store, my manager was talking about this because he watches some of these YouTubers we got to talking once. He said he was watching some video of Ian's where he was talking about how Ian was working in the game store. Some guy brings in a bunch of SNES cartridges, like rare games too. I mean, you got Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, all this kind of stuff, like really good games. There was one game in the bundle that this guy brought in that was a reproduction cartridge. Just one game out of all these rare type games. And Ian flips the fuck out. He's like, get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of my store! You're banned! Never come back! He just flips out on this guy. Like, dude, calm your fucking shit, you power-hungry little lunatic, okay? These reproduction cartridges can be pretty convincing. The guy probably didn't know. All of the other games in the bundle were legit, except for that one, okay? I've even been fooled by a Pokemon cartridge once. That was a reproduction. It happens, okay? But yeah, freaking Ian just being butthurt over everything. Or I think Pat and Ian once were talking about... what was it? Gender reveal parties. You know, when these mothers throw these parties where they first find out the gender of their baby, their newborn baby, this new member of their family. You know, Pat and Ian, of course, being like, people need to stop having gender reveal parties. This played out. You need to stop that shit. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Okay, why do you care? God forbid any mother out there actually give a shit about the new member of their family, this new precious baby in their life, this big life-changing event. God forbid they want to celebrate the birth of their baby with their friends and family. Yeah, how dare they? Yeah, because, you got to stop that because, Pat and Ian in their little Yoshi plush room say so. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Or, so the story, I gotta laugh at the story of, I'm pretty sure, this is the story of how, so this gold cartridge, this NES Championships that Pat has, he bought it, so apparently he bought it from Ian's game store, or the game store he works at, I should say. No, Ian doesn't own that. And I'll keep on saying that because I'm sure it drives him fucking insane. I bet he wishes he owns it, but... I actually was under the impression that he owned that game store up until just a couple weeks ago when I found out otherwise, but I was convinced that was the case. But anyway, so this gold cartridge came to the Ian store, and then that's when Pat bought it, or so the story goes. Apparently, the gold cartridge, so some random guy came into the game store, according to Ian, and brought in all these games, like a random sack of games. Ian supposedly bought this sack of games, just gave him whatever, like some chintzy price or something. I don't know. So, because supposedly the guy left the store, and then Ian first searched through the sack, and that's when he found inside of the sack the Nintendo World Championships gold cart. The rarest of all NES games in this bundle. Like, okay, you're a shitty game store clerk because you're taking in games for money that you didn't even look at? Right, according to this story, because, I mean, I guess I'm sure what happened was he just ripped the guy off because the guy clearly didn't know what he had. I'm guessing that's more likely because why the fuck, because, he wants to make it look like, well, I didn't rip this guy off. I guess, who gave me this amazing game and I didn't give him shit. Like, I just didn't look at it, or he didn't care. He just said, like, $50 in the sack is yours. Or, as far as I can tell, that's how the story went down in his eyes. Like, he noticed the NES Championships in the bag after the guy left. So it's, there was no, I guess, need to be honest because he was already gone. Like, it's not on him anymore, according to his story or his narrative. I don't buy that shit. Or I'm pretty sure that's how that story went down. So you're a shitty game store clerk. I mean, there could have just as easily been like a shit ton of reproduction cartridges in that blind bag and you wouldn't have fucking known. And you wouldn't have been able to have your little spastic fit, but... Oh my fucking god. I mean, what else can I say about this guy? I mean, they get on other people's YouTubers' cases for fake personas, which, I mean, listen to fucking Pat. Anytime Pat tries to be a funny, chill guy and make jokes, it's the most awkward, cringy shit. Like, he's so fucking awkward. I think, It's just anytime you see any of his videos and he pretends to have a personality. Oh, I also gotta love the fact, yeah, in terms of, yeah, them criticizing other YouTubers, I talked about the whole review tech thing. Apparently, I think he accused the quartering of associating with a rapist or something like that. When, also, yeah, I don't think you guys should be talking since I think Pat got quoted as saying, I made Pro Jared's career. So that's one sexual deviant that you had, you know, clear relations with. Also, Spoonie. Anybody remember Spoonie? Yeah, you were real cool with him. I think you guys even did a collab together. I think. Yeah, at least for, yeah, like, buddy with him. And I'm pretty sure he went on to some girl that Spoonie wanted to date that I turned him down. He messaged her claiming, I'm going to tie you up in my basement and fuck you so many times while you're tied up. Yeah, he told a woman that. You went into some level of detail about that. And also, it's funny, too, because Spoonie, I think, also once said, accused Pat, or said that, yeah, Pat was, like, too awkward to deal with. This motherfucker Spoonie, okay, if he thinks Pat the NES punk is too awkward, that's a problem. That's a problem. Oh, my fuck. Also, I think, yeah, doesn't Pat always complain about working on the project of his, the video game Years for free? He didn't get any money out of that. I'm pretty sure he's mentioned that, like, many times by now. Like, I think you've made enough money from YouTube and everything else, and I think your game collection, yeah, is like, I think your gold cartridge game alone is worth about $80,000. Do you really need to be bitching about money this fucking much? Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure Ian said that he thinks it's perfectly okay for businesses to refund in store credit instead of actual cash. Which, newsflash, it's fucking not. That's a complete ripoff. That basically you're saying that if a business sells you a product that's faulty, or that that is a piece of shit or is broken or whatever, and they sell you that, and you have to waste time to drive back to the store or return something through the mail, and also, yeah, drive to the shipping place to send it back, that business can give you in-store credit instead of actual cash that you have to spend at their business again. A business can fuck you over, and then you're forced to do business with that business again and not use that cash that is yours that they stole from you by giving you a faulty product. You have to spend it there. You have to support that business in turn. No, that's fucking bullshit. That is not okay. That is not okay. Okay, I think Ian was the one who said that. Well, he was the one who cares. Game Store probably does that. That's one thing I really hate about retro stores is that they think it's okay to return an in-store credit. But yeah, fucking A. I guess I'll finish this video off with, oh my god, this is a long-ass video. I'll finish it off with this. The worst thing that Pat and Ian have ever done, I think out of everything on YouTube, are one of the worst in terms of just showing everybody what unwiped assholes that they are. Diablo Immortal. So, yeah, all the Diablo fans out there, yeah, we've had 3 Diablo games in maybe, 20 years? Like, Diablo's been around since I was a kid. It's been around for a long time, but we've only had about 3 games, despite people clearly wanting more. They finally come out with a new Diablo game. And it's a shitty-ass fucking gambling, microtransaction-filled mobile game that's just using assets. It's just using this franchise's legacy to just place on a shitty mobile game that's going to be a complete ripoff. Yeah, microtransactions, yeah, gambling, loot boxes, all this bullshit, everything under the sun. Like, just a clear, just disrespect for the fans, just a clear money-making, scummy scheme of a game. And yeah, when this game was announced at, like, E3, I think it was E3, you know, it was getting booed. They were getting booed off the stage. One guy in the audience asked them, is this an early April Fool's joke? Just nobody's happy with this game. Because it's not pro-gamer, it's anti-gamer. But Pat and Ian are always against the gamer. This has always been a thing on their channel. They're always against gamers' rights. I mean, they've exposed themselves for this many times, but none worse than this Diablo Immortal. Go watch this video, I swear to God. This is, you want to know what Pat and Ian's take on this dirty, grubby piece of shit Diablo game was? Fuck you, gamers! Fuck you in the audience, okay? Yeah, booing over this game and booing the developers. You're a bunch of babies. You're a bunch of babies. They're entitled to make the game that they want. If you don't like it, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, they say. Yeah, this is Ian. Yeah, because whenever Ian gets mad, he's just like sitting all curled up and small in his chair. He's like, his muscles are just dying. Yeah, fuck you, he says. And well, yeah, Pat, yeah, he's telling them to the audience to fuck off. If you're one of these people who was booing in the audience or asking them if it was an April Fool's joke, if you're not happy with this game, then fuck you, as they're pointing at their own audience. They're pointing at you guys who've been supporting them, giving them money, watching them, viewing them for years. They're telling their own audience to fuck off. Telling you guys to fuck yourself. The guys that you guys who supposedly saved Ian's life too. I gotta add, yeah, you saved Ian's life by giving him $33,000 to, you know, get a solution about his fucking wiggly nerve back, right? And like, so yeah, he can get 5 minutes of stretching in the morning, which he wasn't before, to save his fucking life, okay? And he's telling you all to fuck off. Well, Pat there is like cackling as he's telling them to fuck off like a cackling monkey. He's like, fuck you. Yeah, they're telling their own audience to fuck off over complaining about a dirty scam of a fucking game that's like alienating your rights. Okay, but this is what Pat and Ian think. Okay, that's how they feel. They are so against the gamer, okay, and it's not only, you know, yeah, because, you know, it's not like, it's same with the companies too. Their entitlement stretches to the feeling entitled for these companies. Okay, these companies are not entitled to sales and happy reception to a game if it's a piece of shit game. They're not entitled to that. Okay, they are, you know, they need to service the gamer and make the gamer happy if they want the gamer's money and the gamer's approval. Okay, nobody's being given anything here. You're paying for this stuff. So if somebody's not satisfied with something that they have to pay for, then yeah, they have every right to complain about it. But not in Pat and Ian's eyes. You just got to take what you get. Yeah, take what you get and don't throw a fit. But, God, you know, it's like at what point, you know, when they're shoveling shit in your fucking mouth, do you say, okay, I'm not going to take what I'm getting? But yeah, no, Pat and Ian are like, no, fuck you, as they point at the camera, like howling like little monkeys. And yeah, Ian is just having a little spastic fucking fit, I guess, as the inflamed nerve in his lower back is just fucking flaring up and saying, fuck you. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that video is still up on YouTube. I think it's a re-upload, but oh my God, if you want any bigger proof that these two are a couple unwiped assholes, go check out that video because it is absolutely very telling. And with that, that is the end of this rant that went on way longer than I expected it to, but these two are just such a little bunch of fucking, bunch of little piss ants that, yeah, just, oh my God, yeah, they just bother the hell out of me, so. Anyway, that's it. Signing out, have a good one, everyone, peace.